Let's tackle one of the biggest questions we get asked on this channel, which is how do you socialize when you're fasting? Is that even possible? Should we just hide away in a cupboard for the duration of our fast, or should we get out there and be with our friends?
Well, I think you should do a little bit of both because honestly, for me, whenever I do the fasting, that first day sort of tends to be okay, depending on when I start. But going into the second day, I do prefer to get through that hard period kind of on my own.
Yeah.
Now, in saying that, when we have been busy with activities, it goes a lot quicker. So I do remember on a number of occasions actually driving for an hour and a half to go and visit friends or go and have a massage or something. And the day went a lot quicker by filling it in with activities was another good thing.
Yeah.
But I haven't had too many experiences of going to an actual restaurant to catch up with friends and not eat. But you have.
I have. Yeah, I think my big thing that I always say to freedom fasters is try and make fasting as normal as possible. Because it seems to be, if you make it a big deal, that of yours gets a hold of it and it makes it a massive deal. And all of a sudden, the whole world has to stop because you're fasting. And to me, it's not about that. It's about having fasting fit into your lifestyle. So if you normally catch up with a friend on a Thursday night, or you go for drinks on Sunday, or you're having barbecue or whatever, just go along. And I feel like it's almost a challenge in some way to actually just be present with your friends and with your family perhaps, and not get so involved in the food, because that's what normally happens when we catch up with people. It all becomes about the food. Just go and be present. And when things come up about the food and the fact that you're not eating, it's a chance to actually just process that and just be with those feelings, not running away from those feelings, but actually embracing those feelings and going, wow, what's this saying to me right now? What am I really feeling? Am I really hungry? Or is this the normal thing I do when I socialize? And you get to notice some of the patterns about your food as well. I have actually gone out to restaurants and caught up with friends. We've even entertained at our house and actually cooked for people. It actually didn't worry me in a lot of ways. In fact, preparing food doesn't particularly worry me a lot when I'm fasting. It's almost like when you're the chef, because you spent so long actually putting the food together, you actually don't even feel like it in the end anyway.
I experienced watching you prepare food when we invited guests over, and you were doing all the preparation and everyone kept saying, come out and join us, Nat. And you're like, no, I'll stay in the kitchen just doing this.
They were having pizza.
Yeah, it was homemade pizza, but Nat had prepared all of the pizzas and just sort of kept delivering them as such. And yeah, it was amazing to see, but I think there was such a sense of joy in you because you were, giving the gift of, homemade food to your friends that were visiting, and it really didn't seem to bother you. And I think at the time you were having maybe a broth instead of just straight water, which I think helped a little bit in that situation because it was still very much in the fasting realm. But the interesting part for me with regards to socializing with drinks, it's cocktail hour or happy hour or something. I know that the only time that I've been in that kind of socializing thing is I definitely like to squeeze a little bit of lemon juice or something into mineral water, not just have straight water. That's something that it feels a bit like it's a cocktail as well. So there's a few little tricks that you can do to, keep the normality in your socializing. But yeah, I still have not experienced going to a restaurant, so I'll have to do that next time.
Yeah, I think one of the big key things has been to make sure that you have plenty of water before you go. Don't be hungry. So the only thing then that what you're dealing with is your normal socializing patterns, where your hunger tends to come up because you're socializing and you're used to having food when you socialize.
Looking over the menu.
Yeah, looking over the menu. You just suddenly start noticing everybody around you eating. It's like a total focus on all the food. But if you are at least not hungry, so have plenty of water before you go out and socialize, and then at least that's off the table. So anything that's coming up is just sort of that mindset and the patterning that's going on. It's actually not genuine hunger, so that does help a bit.
The only other thing that I thought of with regards to this whole situation is the challenge of it. Gamify it, make it a challenge, like go and do it. Again, for me personally, other than maybe driving and going and doing some sort of activity that helps, the day go quicker on my day 2, I will do that sometimes, and I will just curl up and watch TV or something. I don't know, just to get day 2 out of the way.
Yeah.
After that, I feel like I definitely am going to challenge myself in future to go out and socialize. Or I really like the idea of entertaining for people. I like that. If people come to your house and you're in preparation mode, I don't know. I think that's a nice way to experience it as well. And you could be somebody that is the head chef of your family, and you're doing that all the time.
Sure.
Play games with your own mind. Challenge yourself. Gamify it. Reward yourself at the end of the fast. Or the reward could be, running a beautiful bath if you have one, or going and getting a massage or something.
That's always nice too on any time, not just a fast. But get your friends on board as well. Don't make it that much of a challenge where you're going to visit friends that are really going to tempt you to have something to eat. Go with people that are actually really genuinely interested in you and your health and what you're doing, and are really going to support that. And really convince you when you feel tempted. They're going to say, no, don't do it. Like, keep going. You can do this. It's really important that you have those support people around you.
Can I tell a little secret of what I've done one time?
All right.
Picked up a corn chip and licked the salt off it. I did not put it back into the social bowl. It got fed to the dog, but I licked the salt off it. It helped.
Well, there's a tip. If you're really struggling, you can lick the salt off a corn chip or a beer nut or whatever you need to do. Don't eat it.
That's right.
I think all in all, do what feels right for you. In the first couple of fasts, you may not be up for socializing, but as you go along, you do build that fasting muscle, as we always talk about in this channel, and it gets easier. Fasting gets easier, and I think then you can start to incorporate definitely some more socializing back into it. Try to make fasting as normal as possible, so it's not a big deal for you. You just fit it into your lifestyle whenever you need to. A lot of people say, I can't start my fast because I've got such and such on in 3 days' time. And it's like, you can still fast. You can do it. Like, it's possible to do it. And it does get easier and easier.
Absolutely.
Well, good luck. Let us know in the comments how you go with that. If you've had to socialize before while you're fasting, or what's your thoughts about socializing while you're fasting. Do you have any tips? We would love to hear those as well, so that other people can learn some good tips. All right. I'll talk to you soon. See you in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.